The mic is now on. Didn't start very well, did it? Okay, what are we talking about? 20 of the most iconic games for the ZXspectrum. 20 of my favourite games and 20 more to follow, because we're going to go over 20 probably. Does that mean to cram into this list? What else are we talking about? Welcome to everybody who's just joined me. Yes, I've got a bit of editing to do because the first 3 minutes of this show was me talking to a microphone that wasn't even switched on. But nevertheless, we've got my screen up and running. We've had the starting title shoot across, and here we go with another live on a Sunday Retro Robin show. Oh yes, if you could lip read the first half of the show, you'd have listened to what it is I was actually saying. I need a drink. And I'm going to slow down so as people can actually catch what I'm saying, because apparently I speak too fast. Well, I can't help it. I was given the bit of the gift of the gab, slightly inhibited in later years, down to my teeth not being the best of health. But yeah, I need a bit of dental work, and I haven't got round to doing it yet. So let's have a look, shall we? Got 9 people watching. Hello to everybody in the watching right now. Let's see if we can go for the comments. I haven't seen the live chat yet. Nice one. Sound. Yes, there's no sound. Well, there is now. Thank you, Gibson 101. Thank you, the Retro Engine. No sound. I'm back on track now. Yeah, I usually end up doing that. I'll leave the microphone switched off when I'm setting up, and then what happens is I start the stream and I forgot to switch the microphone back on. So it's human error, and it's a live stream, so it's going to be 20 of the most iconic games for the ZXspectrum. Quick update for the ZXspectrum next is those that have backed up the KS3. Yeah, well done. We've hit every stretch goal there is. 1.5 million and over so far, with 4,445. I think it was when I last checked, or 4,440. Might have had embellished that a little bit with the extra 5. Anyway, how is everybody? How is your Sunday? All good? Good. Right. Let's start with a nostalgic game. Now, I'm going to start with one very, very nostalgic game. And hopefully, I just need to go to Wayne Stuff. Why is it Wayne Stuff? Because it's in games. Can you guess the first of today's iconic games from the past? I could if I could find it. I mean, I've got thousands of games here to go through, but I just want to start with some of the pioneering games, some of the first games that you would have ever played on the Spectrum. And I'm going to start with an absolute iconic game, if I can find it. Shouldn't be too far away. Do you know, it's really hard to see. Aha, there, we found it. Is this game? Should we go for the tap file or TZX? We'll go for the tap file, and hopefully we'll have a look at the loading screen. Wait at the loading screen, yeah. Tape simulation and on. Where is wait at the loading screen? Ah, W. And of course, because it's 48K, we're going to go straight for number 4. Number 1 on the list was Wheelie. Why do I consider this one of the most iconic games? Well, first of all, it was the first game one of the first games I actually had on a copy tape when I got my second-hand Sinclair ZXspectrum. The game was very playable, very hard, and I think you could use the top row, bottom row, or whatever. And I have got a joystick, but learning the keys. This was before QA and OP and M, or QAOP and space, was standard. So that was why we press enter, press the third row to set up joystick. Okay. Second row for Kempston. Okay. Bottom row to play. So space. There we go. I can't believe that worked first time. Yeah, a lot of these games that we play now, I'm going to need to turn the spectrum down a touch, because no doubt that's a bit iconically. There we go. We're trying to catch up with the Demon Ghost Rider, aren't we? And that dot's annoying. That's it. Oh. Straight away, this game was so good for, you know, do you know you didn't have colour clash, but I think it could be improved because oh, all that for a dead end. This is one of them where you need to remember the map, isn't it? And we got to remember. This is a good start. Wheelie's a great game. This is one of them. I'm glad I made that. Sometimes the easiest way to go is not the best way to go. The bouncing hedgehogs are not. Oh, wow. The most annoying end. Wheelie, number one in my picks of most iconic games for the Spectrum, and what a game it is. I mean, it's simply brilliant in its execution. It's got great graphics, but not a great amount of graphics. I don't need gas in out of fuel. Alright, let's have a look at the comments. Anybody play this? Anybody any good at this? I am absolutely rubbish. Hello, Brett from What's Next. Did you back the KFC, my friend? Or have I got to get one for you? Because I'm more than inclined to do so, just to make sure that you're looked after. I'll have to get him a KS3. By the way, congratulations to all those prize winners. Hopefully you would have received your package right now. Dixie Ray had a fantastic package, as did the other two winners from the competition that I ran last week. It was packed full of goodies. 3 of them were all Easter eggs. What do I mean by Easter eggs? Well, you had a notebook, you had a glue stick, and you had a mini table lamp. And that is code for the secret. And that code for the secret is going to be a total of 9 items over various, and they've all got to be linked, and significantly you've got to work out what it is that I'm trying to put out there. You know, it's an Easter egg, in other words, and it's a well formed out, shall we say, conundrum quiz, if you like. So if you've watched last week and you saw the live stream with me actually doing live ZXspectrum Next Kickstarter as it happens, you can see how excited I got. In fact, I was over the moon about, wow, I was like blown away. I couldn't believe it. I didn't think it was going to be that much of a success. I completely admit that. First game then, if today's selection was Wheelie, and that is game number 1 of the 20 that I want to go through. Game number 2. And I've got to reset the computer every time. Hopefully. Right. Game number 2 is another one of my particular favourites, but it's we've got to go straight for the yeah, shall we? Okay. This, I believe, I cannot tell you, I thought may have been an arcade game originally. But I remember getting this, again, it was a pirate copy, it wasn't the original copy, and it was on the back of another game that was on the front that somebody put on a C15. Remember when C15 tapes could be bought? and a game that I'm going to be absolutely rubbish off. Game number 2, and I'm going to be flying through the games today, so I'm not going to hesitate on any particular game too much. Hopefully we're going to get there. There's so many that I could go through that I'd love to include, but I've already passed it. Oh no, I haven't already passed it. My bag. Everything's in alphabetical order. So hopefully, there we go. Game number 2. Stop the Express. Sinclair Research. Okay. I'm kind of thinking, was this? Was it a? I mean, don't think it's going to work on 1 to 8K. I've just pressed that button, so I'll try. I don't think it will work on 1 to 8K. Great loading screen. Great loading screen. There we go. We got the demo. Why this game with the first scrolling game one of the first scrolling games that I played, and once again, what year was this? 1983. Look how graphically pleasing that was. I mean, this was before you didn't have any colour clash in this. You know, you got obviously blacked out background, but this was 1983, and yeah, it even had a demo. Now, to see a game by Hudson Soft, it had a demo as well. You're thinking, well, that's a lot of code they've wasted, but in them days, you know, 48K must have been quite big. Let's have a go at this particular game. Joystick or keyboard. And because I don't know the instructions in front of me, let's have a look. Oh, Brett's online again. What's he going on about? Death Chase will possibly feature. Brett, don't get ahead of myself. Trapdoor will possibly feature on another episode. Not today though, because that's quite a long play. Don't remember this. You've got a short memory. This is one of the best ones. This is a brilliant game. As I say, it's very, very playable. So, J for joystick, yeah. Get ready, player 1. We got to get to the front of the train. Oh no, it's a Sinclair. It's a Sinclair. I've got to get the keys right now. Yeah, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, duck. Random the way they come. Really random they come. You can catch the bird and you can throw the bird at them. So, that's it. You need to catch the bird. I ducked the bullet there. Oh, I caught the bird, chucked it at them, and ended up hitting the floor anyways. Unfortunately, you start right at the very beginning of this particular game. Here we go. Once we got the bird, we're kind of safe. I landed in the gap and died. But just look at the quality of the game. I mean, you can get to the front. It gets harder as each level gets. It's not amazingly difficult. It's tricky when you first start playing it. You don't know when it's always handy to catch the bird first. Sometimes you know when you need a bird to come flying across the screen and he doesn't. Here we go, we're doing better. I need a bird now. Oh, I turned right into the gap. We'll go until I lose all my lives, and that won't be too long already. see if I can at least make it to the front of the train. I don't know why I fell off. I must have hit a bullet then. I must have hit a bullet. But I did fall off. Nevertheless. Try again. How many lives have I got left? Oh, I forgot. I did press jump. I just pressed it a bit late. It's tricky. It's not easy. You'd think it was, but you know, I mean, it's a strange game because you can go on some great, good runs. Once you've got a bird, though, it's a bit of relief. See, now the fine line is jumping, but you've got to be careful that there's not a bullet already on its way. I think I've made it past 2-3 carriages, and you've got to go for 10. Is it 10 carriages? I can't remember. Oh, come on, I jumped then. Didn't I jump? Press the key. Okay, game over. Stop the Express. It's a great game. There's no colour clash. It's even got a demo. The demo will always do better than me because it's been that long since I played it last. Game number 2 of my 20. Let's get on to game number 3. Well, next game is something quite different, quite unique. I love my platformers, so when you see this next particular game, and it's a hard one to play on a live stream, but we'll give it a go. I'm not going to try and complete this game. I'll give you a clue. There was a quiz show with the name of this game in it, in the actual title, but it was the last game in the title. Trying to find these games as quickly as possible can be quite difficult. I've gone too far. That's where I've gone too far. Gone too far. Yeah. Millionaire! Odd choice for me this, because I'm not really a sort of venture game or strategy game person. But when I first played this back when I had this, and I had the original copy of this one, and it came as a bundle of games that you bought from out of a bargain bin from Boots. So somewhere in my house of collection of games, I still have Millionaire interactive software, and the idea is that you're the boss of a company, or you're setting up a new company selling software and games, and you start, the thing is with Millionaire, you'll get a phone call and you need to specialise, and you need to balance the market, and there's various little tricks that you use along the way. Please wait. Okay, I'm waiting. John Hunt from 1984. Do you wish to specialise in any one type of program? No. So let's have a look. I think I used to go well-written programs. I'm going to give that as a 5, 6, and is it original ideas? We can go 4 because people like to buy, and 5 again. Yeah, that leaves us the that leaves us all of what we can do. You can market the program yourself, or else sell it on to an existing software house. Do you wish to sell? Yeah. Do I wish to sell? Of course I want to sell. No. So there you go, you're in a terraced house in a street in Liverpool, starting with a game name, and you probably think, oh, what do I call myself? Let me call myself Imagine Software. Right, there we go. Programs on the market: 1. Sales this month 0, total sales 0, tapes in stock 0, phone etc. 80 total. Okay, so now we've got to spend a little bit of money. You start off with nothing and you've got to build up your business. News, there isn't any because we've done nothing yet. Okay, so one, we're going to program. Programming, we've got our program there. We don't need anything. We're going to keep these for now. Press enter to continue. Right, we've got to try and get ourselves some cassettes. I always go for 2. And because we're small, we're going to go for 2 again. That's the cost of the cassettes. I'm going to go for 2 all the way. And hopefully I've not run out of money. And now we've gone round in the circle, we get to see if we sold any tapes. Okay, programs on the market 2. Sales this month was 217. Total sales 217. Tapes still in stock 33, which is good because you want tapes in stock. For why? Because you'll probably end up coming with not enough cassettes produced. We've made a profit. We've gone from 500 to 549, and then we get the usual graph, and what do you know, we're up already. Now, of course, magazine coverage cancelled, well, because we didn't have any magazine coverage to start with. So let's go for another program. We don't want to cost anything. We've got to look for something that's free because we're going to try and promote our software. No cost number 2. How many are we going to go? Well, we're going to go for 3 this time, but no, we'll go for 2 because we don't have enough money for 3, but we do have 33. We'll go for 2 again, and we're going to go for 2 because we don't want to be bankrupt. Up we go. Not enough cassettes produced. Okay, all of a sudden we've rocketed up. We've gone from having £500 to £763. Total sales this month, and the cat can stay away. Go away, Ginger. Not enough cassettes produced. That means our chart will be rocketing up. Oh, well, obviously not, because we've got to get a bigger chart. Okay, so enter. We've now got £700 to play with, and this little ginger monster can come out of the way. You're sabotaging me sales, Ginger, ain't you? Hey? Sabotaging me sales. Number 1, programming. Anything else free? No, we don't need to do anything there. 2. We're going to go 3 this time round because we didn't produce enough cassettes last time. Not enough cassettes produced. Look at the amount of money we've got now. Over £1,000. We can go big style. Taking a look at our stocks, they should be flying up. There we go. See, this is why I should be a businessman. Get more programs on the market. Stay there, Ginger. Okay, we don't need any. Yeah, then we'll go for 4. We'll go big quick. Choose the amount you wish to spend this month on advertising. Well, we go for... We didn't need to improve the advertising because we're doing all right. And now let's go for 4. And hopefully we've not overspent. Look, we've gone up again. We've gone up again. Brilliant game. Hopefully I'm just going to play this till we get to the next house and we'll move on. And there's my sales flying up. No magazine coverage yet. We don't want to see our honest array. Not yet anyways. Advertising again 2. We don't need any more than that at the moment. Let's go for 5. Let's go see if we can bankrupt myself straight away. Or can we actually sell out? Well, we've not gone bankrupt, but we are down. But we do have plenty of stock. Look at that. We've actually increased sales, but we spent more money on gaining stock. So the graph has dropped slightly. One last rotation, more programming, and we don't need to spend anything on advertising this time. How are we doing? It's 1984. We're doing rather good. Anyway, you get the general idea. That is Millionaire, and what a fantastic game that is. So I think we can move on in a moment. Why not? Let's do a quick unfair ending and we'll change the game. And I'm back. Right, so where we go, 3 games down, Millionaire. What a fantastic game. First one that is out the norm for me. So the next game I'm going to choose of the best of the 20 that I've picked is another one that's going to be an M. And this was an isometric game, and the reason why I like this game so much is because it had the feeling of being in a movie. Do you know, it had that Dick Tracy and what was it, Bugsy Malone feel to it.
I can't do that because I'm not connected to a home station.
Well, good for you. So can you guess which game it is that I'm talking about? Let's have a look at any comments on the moment. Don't remember this? Trapdoor. Go for it. We could go with something else as well. This is an Imagine game. I think at the same time we will I think it's the loading screen was magnificent. Movie Imagine Software. An isometric game which had its flaws, but at the same time it was pretty good. There was passwords you used. You needed to get a tape, you needed to get bombs, you had to pick up your gun. The problem with this game is because you couldn't pull your gun out straight away, you had like a bar at the bottom that oopsie, I don't know what happened there, but we've just got we got prompted on the old phone there. Okay, I don't think it's keys, is it? Right, yeah, okay, so it's rotate, rotate left, rotate right. Can't remember the keys now. That's it, P forwards, that's it. Okay, we got it. So there's the tape deck. I think you press space and you can, we go through the second room, we can walk around the furniture. This is more of a test to see how well you can control it. The 2 ways of killing the bad guy: you can get yourself a gun or you can punch. Neither are recommended. So we go to there and we stop. Okay. So we move this up to pick the gun up. There we go. And then we go back to the footsteps. And hopefully we'll get through the first door. As soon as we start heading towards the outside, this is where you have to be really careful, because that guy can slug you straight away. See, he's punching, and there he just fired a bullet, but I got out just in the nick of time. It's hard to know when you're stuck behind a door frame which direction you're actually facing. And of course it's difficult when you've got rotational control to know which button to press to go in the right direction, because I end up quick, get out of here before he... Where? Oh, he shot me. You don't have chance. You don't have chance to get your gun out. Now if you could just have one button to press the gun, that game could be vastly improved, but it's a little bit of luck sometimes just to get far, because you can walk into a room and have them pull a gun in straight away on you and you haven't even had a chance to move, and you can't go anywhere because the door frame's in the way. So you've got to take a step forwards, and by the time you've taken a step forwards, there's a bullet that's hit you square on, and you're dead. One shot kills you every time. But that was movie, and that's down as, you know, my number 4, isn't it, of iconic games for the Spectrum. Okay, we're going to move on to my favourite genre of games, and we're going to go for the first platformer of the day. And I love this game. Coming up, and it's not Manic Miner. Before anyone goes, no, it's I've got to look for. I've gone a bit too far. It'll be on this side, won't it? I know that this game can crash on me, so I have to go and select the right Frankenstein. And I told you this game can crash on me, and it did. Let's try that again, shall we? We need to get a 4 because I've got into next mode. There we go. S starts the game. This is a great game. Frankenstein is one of my favourite platformers. I don't know why. It's the second level that's always slightly randomly generated, but every subsequent level is the same. There's been a new version of this, and I think the keys are QAO, P&M, or QW, is it? ZX? ZX. There's only 3 keys, and we need to collect the objects in order for us to so you've got to collect sort of the head, the left, right side of the body as you go along. And this is where things become tricky. You're on a time scale, but you can reset that by going to there. Hopefully the slow moving syringe won't get in my way. We're going to use the other light bulb up already. Watch the ice, that will come to play a bit later on in the game. I will probably do okay with this. I'll go through a couple of levels, but I won't play the entire game. But this is one of the games that I played an awful lot, that I thought was an amazing game. One last bit to collect. The question is, would I have made it? I don't think I would have done. So that's why I'm following it around. preferred this over Manic Miner. I don't know why. Manic Miner was just to collect the keys or collect the objects and get to the end of the room. This, I don't know whether it's had that sort of... I need to get there quick. There we go, we can deactivate him. So it was a case of activate, deactivate, activate, deactivate. The monster. Which I think I was playing this while I was watching the Addams Family as well, which was strange, but you know. I remember loving the ice. I could play on the ice for ages. I could probably set a high score. I wonder if Brett, have you played this one? Let's have a look at the comments. What do you think of the games selected so far? Let's have a look at the live chat. Don't remember this one. Okay. So, Frankenstein. I think, shall we complete this screen and then move on? Should be fairly easy to complete this screen. The most tricky part is getting to... Love the animation of the spider. Don't know why. And yeah, you've got to wait for the syringe to go out of the way because your head actually bounces up quite high. This is the most difficult part because you've got to be really quite... Timing needs to be spot on there. And now we can... If I stand over the pole... If I slide down when he's underneath me, I can recuperate some of my time. Ah, not good. Not good. But, yeah, this is one of the first games that I've actually seen where you don't have to complete the game from the start of the screen. As you can see, the objects that I've collected stay collected, so you haven't got to go back to, well, back to basics, back to screen one every time you start the level, which is, I think, an absolutely brilliant part of the game, where it's if you was to die on Manic Miner or many of the platformer games, every last item you'd have to start and collect again. That would have probably made the game Manic Miner a little bit easier. Not that the Manic Miner isn't hard, as I dropped my phone on the floor. Manic Miner is hard if you don't play it a lot, but this was one of those iconic games where you didn't need to do that. And it was the first platformer that, because you could, you know, that last item, you may have run out of time. I'm about to complete second screen, so... Now, this second screen is always slightly randomly generated, but I think it gets a little bit harder because they add the extra occasional monster. I always wait for the ball to start rolling. But on this occasion I can't, so I think that's missed me. Come on, mouse, move out of the way. There we go. You have to be careful that you don't bash your head on the green arrow, because if that appears underneath here, you can die. Frankenstein then, one of the games of my youth that I think are truly iconic. So let's go to the real iconic games. And you will have to excuse me because I've got a bit of a cold today. Next one up. And I know everyone's been waiting for this, so yeah. I've got to go straight to it, but you know, finding these games out can be quite hard sometimes. And here it is. I'm going to go for the 128k version. This game was a budget game, and it was kind of massive. It was also a crash smash. Effectively, with fantastic AY sound, it was one of the first games that I played that I'd seen at a mate of mine had bought it first by the name of Duncan. And he had the 128k, he had a toast rack, and I had a Spectrum. And then he played this and showed me the game, and he was playing it and wouldn't let me have a go. It was all a case with Duncan, just watch me play. But when I saw it, I thought, oh wow, listen to the music and listen to the graphics, and of course there was something iconic about the way the game started as well. So I think the keys were, there you go, yeah, QA, PL, which shows up and down. Now they're kind of in the direction you need them to go. And M select, so yeah. What an opening sequence, just to get you into the game. Oh great, drop me straight on a fly. That's taking damage straight away. And in a situation where there's plenty of dead ends as well, the last thing you want to be doing is getting trapped by a fly. So we need to go straight to rescue. Here we go, M. Now, we've got bombs to launch. Best way to do this is to try and get yourself to get one of them to home in on you. Oof, 33%. Oh my life. Screen does slow down a little bit when there's plenty happening. But when they're homing in on you, don't kill the queen first, because while they're homing in on you, they're easy to hit. Oh wow! Like I've just walked straight through one of the flies. They look like, are they flies? I kind of think maybe there was meant to be wasps. These flies are pretty harmless, aren't they? Right. We can get that one. Usually the ones that are flying are pretty easy to hit. I'm getting lost with my controls. Yeah, he's still on the fly. He's homing in on me, so... Perfect. One down. Two down. Any more? There should be another one following me somewhere, surely. The white arrows point me towards where they are. There he is. Yeah, that's the one that was following me. He was trapped behind something. Oh, I've missed him. Right now, that bomb. I could try and chase it, because while that is flashing red, that bomb's still bouncing, and you can only launch one bomb at a time with this game, so you need to wait for that bomb to hit something before you can launch another bomb, which is part of the charm of the game, because it's made it that little bit extra hard. If you could just endlessly launch bomb after bomb after bomb, you'd be fine. Shouldn't mess with me, flies. I'm the fly swatter. Damage is up to 56%. District damage is 0. You will pay the costs. The idea is you can get through this game, and we will have to get a repair in a minute. Has he tracked me? He's homing in on me and he hasn't even had to touch me, which is good. Oh no. Listen to the music as it goes very bassy. This bit's great. Adds the intensity that you would love to see it add, wouldn't it? I moved, I shouldn't have moved. I moved, and because I moved, it moved. At the moment, killing off the flies is the key. Don't kill the queen to the end. If you kill the queen first, once you collect the super bomb, you have a problem with these flies because they're random. They don't home in on you anymore, and they're really hard to track. Oh no, wait a minute. I need a repair. Repairs cost you money. That's the queen there, coming up. There's usually a lot of flies around by the queen. I'm waiting for it to catch up with me. Getting accurate with this, aren't I? Quite accurate with the old bombing. Now, the texture on the ground there, can be a problem. Oh, come on! You should be homing in on me now. I must have got it. That's it, right. Gotta be careful because on some levels they actually move faster than you. I'm going to try and clear one city just to show that it can be done. I think we've got a couple of flies left and then we can go and get the queen. That was an instant kill. I'm really proud of myself on that one. Oh, keep moving, Wayne. Could this be the last fly? He's hot on my trails now. There's two more. Okay, once you touch them, they home in on you. That's what you need them to do. Oh no. One left. One left and he's down here somewhere. Follow the yellow brick road. Oh, he's a flyer. He's a flyer. They're no danger to you, except they're really hard to hit sometimes. You need them to stay still. And they have a habit of going over areas. Come back. Oh no, there's still one more. And we're miles away from it. Oh, he's up here. We're stuck. We're stuck. We're stuck. And we're stuck hard. Right, where is he? It's got to be the last one, surely. How many have we killed? Yes, right, so we know where the queen is. Let's get ourselves. Oops. We need a super bomb. 40 seconds, right? So we need to find it. That one homes you in on the super bomb. So let's go get the super bomb. Don't tell me we've already got it. We have. It's going to come down here. We're going to see the bomb come down. How about that? Now all we got to do is pick the queen, click the bomb. Once we got the bomb, you see the bomb, super bomb is flashing. We've got to launch ourselves towards the queen. And then we just got to simply launch the bomb. And that's how you complete a level of, well, Amaru. Good work. Great game. Absolutely brilliant. A long game. It takes an awful long time to complete. So you won't be completing that one in a hurry, let's put it this way. But yeah, for a game that's got great graphics, great playability, great sound, and a great story behind it, and even if you don't complete the game, you feel like you've achieved something when you've cleared 2 or 3 cities because you've saved potentially humanity from this swarm of Asian hornets. Are they flies? Are they Asian hornets? I think they're flies. They're just oversized flies. They're huge. But yeah, I don't know who dreamed of this concept. You can change the colour background anytime you like to a brighter colour, but if you notice, whenever you start another one, say if I start another level here, oh yeah, the colour changes automatically. It'll go through that starting sequence again, which it's got continuity issues, isn't it? Look at the size of him. Yeah. Look at the size of the pod, the helicopter. It's huge. You got an helicopter, yet they're dropping a pod with 4 legs on it. Why not have a helicopter that just drops bombs? But it was a game. Who cares? The rest was left to your imagination. Next game then upon the hit list of my iconic games, another great game. This one is indeed a platformer. It is also one that I can play. It is going to be quite hard. It begins with S, and yeah, we could go straight away with, yeah, why not? I didn't know there was a Z80 version. 128k, I didn't know that. Okay, we'll go for it. Saboteur, fantastic loading screen by the way, so. Is it S start game? This is an updated version. This is Saber Wulf too, isn't it? Both games are brilliant, aren't they? And I've died. But that wasn't the game I was after. That was a hiccup in the system. I thought I got Saber Wulf. Anyway, let's have a look, shall we? That's not the game I was after anyhow. Ultimate play the game. Check out this loading screen. Oh, it didn't come up. I forgot to put weight to the loading screen. Okay, information about this game that you would like to know. It was an attempt at the first 3D game. Why? Well, if you look at the actual layers on this game, you'll see the plants at the back are smaller than the plants at the front, and that's supposed to give you a layout from an isometric game by Ultimate Play the game. We're going to press 0 to start. We've got to go around, we've got to find the amulet. What a fantastic game. If you look at the plants down at the bottom, they're big, and the plants at the top are small. Right? Your top screen is always going to be slightly smaller. I'm glad I got the extra life back because I'm losing lives galore. What amazed me about this game is how colourful it was. I think there were secret passageways. I always thought there were secret passageways. This. Some monsters you can put your knife on, but other monsters you can't. Can't leave it at that. I've got to get at least one piece of the amulet, haven't I? I forgot how to get to the top. I think it's the other way to be fair. Oh, these games. Why do we remember them so fondly when they were so difficult? I mean, it was that fair. I've walked into the screen and I've ended up dying. Well, I've got an extra life there. I mean, it's just a dead end, isn't it? How was that fair? Wasn't it fun? I think after that game I need a drink. Gaming skills 0? Great game, yes. Iconic, absolutely. Here's to the drop zone. There you go, full tune. Saber Wulf. As we're in the S's, we might as well go for my last game of the S's that I've chose for today's broadcast. And here it is. I absolutely loved this game. I don't think it works in 128k mode, but I can tell you I've got the original game itself. That is not meant to happen. The Sacred Armour of Antirad. That is the loading screen. This game I can complete within 5 minutes. Would you like to see me complete this game? Anybody want to see me complete this game? I will do. Morning, Dixie Ray. Yeah, morning. I have completed this in... The fastest I've completed this was about 5 minutes 50 seconds. But yeah, it's taken a long time to load. It is loading. Why is it taking so long to load? There is a 1 to 8K enhanced sound version on this. Anybody know whatever happened to the programmer of this game? Because the programmer of this game and the sound were magnificent. Graphics by Dan Malone. Chris, Dan and Richard. Now, the Sacred Armour of Antirad. Right, well, you're going to go for... I'm going to go for keys on this. Pally Software, 1986. Why is this game so iconic? I think, in a way... Oh, it started me on the easy part. Oh, I've already lost a bit of energy. Right, you get so many reincarnations. I think the graphics were amazing. That's it. The way to jump on this is you've got to run and jump. I've already lost a life. It doesn't matter because you get plenty of lives. Let's activate the suit. Now, I love the little TV screen. You've got this monitor where there's nothing on it and it's sort of like distortion like you get on a badly tuned TV back in the day. I always thought, is there some sort of symbol appearing on the secret? Is there some sort of hidden code there? You've got your energy, you've got the health of the energy of the suit, and you've got your radiation sort of meter there. The closer you get to the thing that's producing all of the aliens, the quicker you go. The A is for active because you've activated the suit. So what's the third thing you do? If you press up, gravity prevents takeoff. So now what we need to do is we need to get some anti-gravity boots, which is pretty easy to do, he says. Just run for it. Run, Forrest. And you can get most of the way there without actually dying. You can afford to take a couple of hits. Oh, I missed it. I can't afford to take any more hits, else I will lose a life. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Got it. Right, okay. Oh, we didn't want to do that either. We should be able to get back to the suit. As you can see, the first bolt is in place, which is your anti-gravity boots. I can't afford to take any more hits. That's good memory for you. Okay, gravity boots are installed. Now there are ways to recharge your suit and energy. Ah, Jimmy, yes, great game. Lee, how are you? Good to see you as well. This was a fantastic game. I don't think you could get away with it this day and age, because they'd say that was too much like the Iron Man suit. Okay, we got no pulse rifle, so that's our next thing to get. You can't do anything here, you have to plow through them. So your suit can take a fair bit of damage. However, you see the E at the top there? Won't take me long. Best to kill that, just to go straight into it. Okay, what I tend to do here, put the suit down, allow these to take your damage, because while you're in the suit, your energy gets replenished. It's almost like it reincarnates you a little bit. You know what I mean? And now we've got the pulse rifles, and you can see the second bolt is in place. And that makes a big difference to the game. I don't know how long I've been playing this for, but I know it's one that I'll complete quite easily. Although, saying that, I'm taking a bit of damage here. This is one of the toughest parts of the game. Because what I'm best to do here is to allow my energy to recharge. Because I've been rushing it and going through it like mad with on a live stream, it's quite difficult to do. If you look at the dragon throwing his flames, at the moment it's quite rapid, yeah, and it will stay rapid, and hopefully it will. I didn't want that to happen. Oh, I've lost a life. Oh wow. Didn't know you could land on that. Well, the next step is in action. We shouldn't need... That was probably one of the toughest parts of the game. So we can... I like that one because it only takes one hit to destroy him. You might actually see me complete this on this show. A fourth item is coming up shortly. So it doesn't matter about catching it. With that, I've just replenished my suit. Oof, took some damage there. Is it this way? Yeah, it's this way, isn't it, for the last one? Look at the concentration. Concentration on Retro Robbins. As I say, the Spectrum next version would be great, wouldn't it? If we could have textured background, like layered rocks in the background or something. I think, without losing too much energy, we can get to that monster at the back. But it's a case of perfect. There we go, we got him. We don't want to lose my suit power now, because if we do, we're done for. This is the last item we need to collect. Of course, the closer you get to, yeah, we're dangerously low, I understand that. I think, however, though, there is a recharge cell in here somewhere. Yeah, okay, we're okay now. We just need to sit here, wait for that monster to come through, Right, we should be able to do this now. You see, the D means we're dangerously close to high radiation levels, or high energy, or whatever levels it is, I think. But we're okay, because right here, right at the last screen, and your energy starts going down rapidly here. So you've only got a certain amount of time in order to plant the bomb. There we go. I completed the game live on the live stream. Would you believe that? Congratulations. Well, of course I didn't. Did anybody doubt it? John Mitchell, hello there. Jimmy Biscuits, hello there to you too. Anybody else to say hello to? Yeah, quality. 2000 AD. Yeah, why not? That is one of my favourite games. However, it's very short. What I'd love was a bigger map. I would have loved a sequel to it. I definitely love the screen at the bottom. You know that little distortion you get on TV where you're trying to tune it in? They're here. Who's here? The TV people. Quote from Poltergeist there. The Sacred Time of Antirad. Another fantastic game. One of my favourites. Right. First adventure game. It's no worry. We're not going to be playing it for a long time now. Oops, there goes my phone again. I dropped this phone more times than anything. You know, this is where I'm reading the messages from. Yes, I've completed the game, and it's not that difficult a game to complete. I've completed a lot of games, but the Sacred Armour of Antirad is one of the games that I can complete. I won't be completing all the games today, simply because, well, we won't have time to play them all. Okay, I want to hopefully give you a bit of a heads up on here. Let me have a look. Could be a competition later on today. I may throw some prizes out, and if anybody has ever received any prizes, you know exactly what sort of gifts that I tend to give out, because I give out quite a few things out. Right, it's a VA. Can't find it. Found it. Legend Software from 1983. This is a fantastic game. It is a text adventure. Words simple. I had to make a list of words that were usable, which I got from a Your Sinclair magazine, I believe, back in the day. The game is called Valhalla. It had an iconic loading screen, which kind of got you into the mood, and then it loaded. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see the loading screen. And the reason why I like this game so much is because Valhalla, I didn't like text adventures which drawed you pretty pictures, but then you have to type in words. Okay, did I not get a drink? I think I typed too fast. So you got your characters, and they tend to end on the screen. What? Oops, where did delete gone? Oh. Try that. Is it wine? Yeah, it's wine. I was talking get drink, let's get wine. Remember now. Let's get off. We don't need to hang around here. Weird looking game. The way north is blocked. Okay then. By simple brain and you know, you go to the west. Okay, we get to see another scene. Different castle. It was quite quick. It takes a few minutes before it decides what it wants to put on the screen. So we get. See if I can shorten it down. I thought you could shorten it down. Let's try Kill Raven. I mean, that's rather a scary looking pterodactyl. I mean, does it look like it's got skis on to you? You know, the feet were just a little bit too long, but I think that was made that long to give it the movement. But it looks like it's got skis on. Pterodactyl Rex, is it? Get sword. Let's try it. Why not? Don't like the raven anyways. You attack raven. I've got a sword. I should beat a bird. I'll pick to fight. I'm going to pick a fight. You kill Raven. Yay! I'll tell you what, if Raven had killed me, right, who else can I get? Oh, good. I like the way it tells me I'm here. Who's here? I'm here. Thanks for letting me know that. Well, maybe I should drink some. This is going to be a losing battle and I'm going to get sent because you attack. Yeah, I know you. Just a barbarian. Well, he was going away. Look at the size of him. I needed a shield, a sword and plenty to drink. So I will now find myself, well, in hell. Do I want to swap my sword for an axe? Oh, look at the size of that guy. I'm joined by me, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and the Velociraptor from out of... yeah, fantastic game. I'm not going to play this one any much longer, but this was one of those iconic games that was a text adventure, but a lot of fun to play, plenty of graphics and quite playable. Next on the list of games that, you know, are most iconic for the Spectrum, I think that was one of them. We've had Movie, we've had Wheelie, we haven't had yet. We've already had one Ultimate Play the Game, but we probably could do with getting another Ultimate Play the Game in as soon as possible. Remember, this is part 1 or 2, so... I need to throw a scene in, don't I? Anybody want to see a scene? Whew. Next game on the list. It's an absolute classic. Do you know, I never actually did a Night Lord walkthrough because I'm not good at it. But here we go. Great loading screen. Boom. What a fantastic loading screen. Do you think? Fantastic opening tune. There's two isometric games I'm going to review today. This is the first one of those two. Other great games that I enjoyed playing back in the day was Hydrofall, which I wasn't very good at. Also Swevo's World. Silo a little bit, but it seemed a bit bland, you know. I've also got the double box set of Last of the Mohicans. When Time Stood Still was another isometric game. Head Over Heels, Batman as well were all isometric games, and Movie was the first isometric game that I played. This was the very first isometric game I ever saw. I didn't see this on the Spectrum to start with. I saw this on the humble BBC Micro, and I remember being blown away by the BBC Micro at our school, which was Albury High School. Converted from Albury Grammar School to Albury High School, then it turned into Langley High School, where I was a participation student there. There was a games room called the computer room. We was pretty blessed. Some schools only had one or two. We had around about 8 or 9 BBC Micros in the computer room, and computer studies was part of the curriculum. However, even though I wanted to be in the computer room, I was told that I couldn't because I wouldn't understand it. So sod you teachers for doing that, because I probably know more about computers now than you could have possibly taught me. And if you'd have taught me back then and I was interested, wasn't just games, I was actually genuinely interested, although games was the big allure, maybe I'd have been a better programmer than I actually am. But, you know, I wasn't given the help that I asked for, because the teachers didn't see the potential in me and they thought they would have been wasting their time. But then again, that's what happens when you judge a kid by his cover, and I did look like a complete nerd. Directional control will be on, and I will start this game. The game is awesome. Night Law. The game also, well, directional control. You have to have directional control. I'm not going to go any further than that without getting myself an object, so we need to go to an object. I'm always scared to try and get past the first. Well, there's always an easier way to go. And I'm going to change. And you have to watch the sun and the moon as they go up and down. Otherwise, they don't actually drop until you change or you drop an item. And you have to collect that using enter. I think this will go around in one of those funky circles. This game's so much easier with directional control than the rotating control. I wish Movie would have had that. Well, we've gone around in our funky circle. We know that those games all lead. This just goes around in one giant circle. There are no other doors to go through. Oh, there is. There's one at the top there. I forgot about that one. Maybe we should go through there. Oh, I could get the boot. Shall I get the boot? And I've got 3 items. There we go, all 3 items collected straight away. I'm pretty impressed with that. I like to see the first one drop, and then that's the set of suitcases, whether they're suitcases or... Oh! Now, Woody, there's an easy way around this. Getting back up there is quite an achievement, though. Time to change. I'll let myself change before I move on. Let's have a look who's in the comments again. Still have this on tape, do you, Rob? Well done, that's brilliant. Yes, the controls were iffy if you didn't have a... I think if you go back and play it and you played on one of these, you just literally hold that at an angle there and you've got the directional control. It's really easy to get to grips with, because look how quickly I can control this. Now, if they could have had that in movie, it would have been easier. And I think using it on keys though, I need to leave the object there, don't I? Oh. I didn't need to go that way, but by bringing the object down, I can then... I've got to get to the spell room now. Got to get to the spell room because I need to... Oh, just about made that. What a time to change. Oh, what a time. Is there a spell room here? Never in doubt, was it? I jumped on that first time. Now all I've got to do is wait for the thing to get over. Wait, come on, back here. Oh, nearly. Nigel then. I'm not going to carry on playing that any longer because I've just died several times too easily, and I could be here all day playing this because it's a fantastic game. But shall we have a look at the second isometric game in my selection? And we will have a look. It's something that Jeff from the Spectrum show has done a walkthrough on. He's really quite good at this game, I believe. Is it Jeff that would have done it? But I would have thought it's probably one of my favourites. Harder than the last game, apparently. I don't see it myself. Here we go. Alienate. You may know that I've got the ending sequence, which I'll let you know into a secret. The way I got the ending sequence, you know, I'll show you before. Let's do it. We can show you the ending sequence. Where's my clips? This one, not that one. That's the replay. That's the starting sequence. This one. This is the end sequence, right? Just slightly clipped and with my name put in. The way I got that was thanks to Jeff, because he sent it me. He said, I've completed this, I've got the ending sequence, you want to use this on your show? So he sent me that clip and I thought, well, it's great, perfect, I'll get the ending sequence where he gets the oil dip, and once again you've got directional control and chemistone, which makes this game a hell of a lot easier than it would be without a joypad, which I have now put down somewhere and don't know what I've done with. What did I do with my joypad? I won't play this too long because it's just the same as the last one. You prefer Alien, do you, Jimmy? Yeah, it's I don't know, there's something cute about the robot. At least you don't have that horrific change. You know, where you're changing, you do have a time and you get those timing. I like to think you don't need to complete this game to enjoy it. I just want to save some astronauts, and I think if you can save a few, the rest of the cosmonauts can do the rest. I'm just gauging which is the best way to start. There we go, there's our first challenge. We've got one up there. Oh wow. Okay, we're in trouble here. We've got to start again. Ah! Right, you see what happened there? We lost that item. We lost that item. And you need all the items to complete the game. There aren't any extra, so if you lose an item, you cannot complete the game. I don't think you can complete the game, which is a shame, but we lost that item. So yeah, that can be quite annoying when stuff like that happens. Okay, well, let's see if we can go up the stairs. This game does suffer with a lot of slowdown. You know where it goes too slow on the screen? You can see it can be a bit annoying. I think that wasn't in the books. If you prefer Alien 8, Jimmy, how good was you at this game? How far did you get? Did you ever manage to complete it, or was it a case of the idea is I'm going to release the rat onto the floor. Sorry, the wind up mouse. It's a rat. It's a rat. Oh, come on. I'm not going to do it, am I? Right, what's the odds on me getting through that door at the top there? Anybody want to put any stakes on it right now? Am I going to do it? Ha! I've done it. A bit simpler than... Oh, wow. Well, it's one of them rooms you can't do anything with. Isn't it? It's one of them rooms you can't do anything with. Move! Let's have a look. What did Jimmy say? 10 to 1, I owe you a tenner. Oh, I'll just that. Serious Crash Live. And I just did it. I did it. But yeah, thanks for that. Right, okay. Moving on then. Alienate. Yeah, we're reprogramming. We're going to reprogram the game any minute now. Let me put my Coke in my drop zone. Refresh one's vital cords for 1 second gaming situation. Right, next game. I'll do this. Iconic games for the Sinclair Spectrum, the ones that sort of wowed you back in the day. One of these games, well, I don't know if it would have wowed me back in the day, but it certainly was a good play. This game I've got to complete, and I've got to complete it on a speed run, and I can probably loop it. But I'm not going to loop it today because, first of all, just in case Jeff from the Spectrum Show is watching, he's very competitive and he will want to beat my high score. I think because I allowed him to win at the first Crash Live event. there is a screen on this that I find really hard to do. I want the bug fix version, don't I? We'll just go to that. Okay. This is horrible screen. Who's texting me now? The Brummy is live again. I'm a yam yam. Tony the Tart that is Ellis. I'd like to say what a lovely bloke he is, but I can't bring myself to lie. Sorry, Tony. Right. Are we going to do this with just one hand? Yeah, one hand. See how far I can get. I can give you tips for those that never played the game. Let's turn down the annoying beeper music because it will get on my nerves a little bit. I can complete this without losing a single life. I'm not going to do that today, but I'm going to show you some tips. Little tips that I've found about playing it under the way. Wait till you're directly underneath that branch there before you jump over it. If I lose a life, I'll be shocked. Not as shocked as most people will be, but yeah. Now, this first screen was supposed to be made notoriously hard. And yes, there are some significantly tough jumps, especially that between the branches and between the stalactites that are up on the roof there. After that though, it becomes a lot easier, but that was the idea of the first screen from Matthew Smith. He said that he wanted to make it hard to get you into the game. If you can get off the first screen, then obviously you would be able to get off a few screens. Losing a life on the first screen, I don't think I've done that in years, but it can be done. First tip of the day is don't jump straight away onto this. Jump here, here, here. And if you're quick enough, you can follow him along. Now, I've seen people play this and they jump on that top platform to collect that bat, but then you're just wasting time. Just drop here and jump here, drop into that. And you shouldn't have a problem. You don't want to be dropping straight down there while he's there because you will die because he actually goes into the box. Unlike on the Sam Coupe version where he does not. This is a case of timing. If you get any excuse to play Manic Miner live on a stream, you know, it's always worth a quick in gold. I should give this as the challenge for Brett Bab's Arcade. See how well he can do. When the two birds are travelling in the same direction and pretty close together, that is how you gauge your timing. Once you've got that, this screen's pretty easy and straightforward to complete. Speed run this? Probably. And as always on Manic Miner, when you get to 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 or anything within the 10,000, you get an extra life. I always jump so as I land on the bottom platform there are different ways to go, but I always get that one first. I've watched Jeff play it and he collects that one last, but that's always the first one that I collect. It doesn't take you long to get through a few screens on this. Now, on this version of the game, you cannot jump from here and land on that platform, you'll always miss. But on the Sam Coupe version of this game, you can quite easily make that, and it's not too difficult. Here's a little trick. I'm going to use both hands here. I don't like using both hands, but I'm going to use the other hand for jump. If you drop down there but then press the opposite direction, you can actually stay on the conveyor belt without it moving. And then when that does the turnaround, it allows you a little bit more time to make all the correct moves and jumps. You can't do that on all of the versions of Manic Miner. You cannot use just your big toe to hold you in place. But if you do it right, you get plenty of time to get across here. I usually do this on the move, but not today. I'm gonna do it properly. I'm gonna do the little bounce and jump. If I jumped into that, he would cover the hole and I wouldn't make it in time. Well, let's have a look who's on the comments. John Mitchell. You never even got off the first screen? Oh mate, you should do, you should do. Look, I've missed my timing. Yeah, it's not that difficult. It's not that difficult. Once you get too used to it, it's not that difficult. I've got all sorts of tips for playing this game. I'll tell you what was the thing. When I first go I ever had on this was at my friend Peter's house, a lad that I went to school with, and he was close by. And for many years he was one of my top friends, although we don't really chat anymore. But he started off with a G7000. And he used to be able to program BASIC on it, which you could never save. But then he got himself a Spectrum, and I watched him and Gary play this. They had like 3 or 4 goes, and then my first go, very first go on this game, and then I remember them saying, we can't let him play this again. I got to Attack of the Mutant Telephones, which is where they was getting to, on my very first go of the game. So yeah, whether it was luck or just because I'd watched what they was doing, I just simulated it. They were getting stuck at around about there or dying just before it, and eventually they said, oh, let Wayne have a go. They was expecting me to die quickly, and I didn't, which must have been annoying for them. But yeah, I'm about to get an extra life. I've seen different patterns on the way that people do the VAT. I'll show you the way that I will do the VAT. I always drop straight down. This is the easiest route. This is the easiest route. As soon as you click that last key, move. Right? Jump, jump again, hold still, jump, you'll click that key, and then you'll drop down all the levels you need to drop down. And there's my extra life. Stay just there. Use that as your timing. As soon as it goes underneath there, you're able to jump. Now the conveyor belt can be a bit tricky because you need to be facing that way. Here's a little trick I use. I stand like that, jump there, and I'm able to do it in one manoeuvre. Ah! Who thought I was going to die then? I'm just teasing you. I'm just teasing everybody there. Right, let's have a look what the comments are saying. Platformers. Yeah. I'm probably really good at platform games. Once you've played one platform, you've pretty much played them all. I started with his absolute classic, which was a bit of a copy of Miner 49er, slightly, just a better version. That's what gave me no idea. I wouldn't say it was a copy myself. That jump's quite tricky because you've really got to be on the edge to get it right. Always wait till you're about in the middle of the platform there, you'll never miss that landing. Have I lost a life yet? Does anyone know if I lost a life yet? I may lose one on this one. Why? Because I rush. The timing with this is when they all go to the top at the same time. The key to this level is that centre platform there, the conveyor belt one. So what you have to do here is wait till they're all at the top at the same time, which is coming up about now. As soon as you see that pattern, you know you can probably do it. Don't jump straight away. Allow yourself time for the blue one to go past. Obviously you can't allow yourself too much time because that was a bit closer than I would have anticipated to me catching the green wheelie thing, which I think, I don't know what it's meant to be. I would have thought it looks like one of those railway cart things, you know, that you pump up and down but without the pumping bits. So yeah. I've got to get practice in this game. I'm falling behind the competitors. The people that think they're the daddy at it. Okay, what's the odds of me completing this without losing a life? Who's going to give me the odds? I've already seen Jimmy go wrong. Odds of me completing this without losing a life. And if you're judging by what I've done already, I think you've pretty got a good idea that I'm going to be able to smash this. You've got to look at the way that you... Attack of the mutant telephones! I love this bit. I love this screen. Tip here, stay there. Walk forwards, stay there. Jump as soon as you see it get to the end. Turn around, get back to the end. Jump as soon as you see the telephone drop down. If you jump, you will have time to do that. Drop as soon as you see him go underneath. You will make that telephone, don't worry about it. You will make that telephone, don't worry about that either. But you need to stand here and do your next jump pretty quickly. Shall I have a read of the comments because I've got time to spare? Let's have a look. This is a masterclass in Manic Miner. This is going to be hard to admit. This is going to hurt, but I'm going to admit it. I think Jeff from the Spectrum show is probably the best at Manic Miner. Yeah, I think he's really slightly got the edge on me. I don't know. I knew that when I saw him at the first Spectrum show. I thought he knows. He got all the way to the solar power generator, and I thought to myself, yeah, this guy's going to take some beating. You have to collect this one first. You can just land on that with your tippy toes and you're done. This is the hardest one to collect. Because the timing of the jump has to be right. Oh, I died! I died! I died! Oh, I can't believe I lost a life. I won't let the return of the con beast turn me over though, trust me. Did anybody see that one coming? I didn't. Need a drink. That's what it is. My wrist's starting to hurt. Anybody noticed? Let's have a look. 10 to 1 again. It's good odds. Good odds, 10 to 1. Good odds because 20 screens without losing a life. That is quite an achievement to say the least. Bye, Kong Beast, for the second time. Can't believe you ever doubted me. Oh, crikey. This is the wrong timing. But it doesn't matter, because I don't need to click that one now. I think you have to time this so he's on the way down. I just ended up doing it. You have plenty of time. About now. Got it! Got it again. Gotta wait for the yellow thing to be moving the other way. I think the easiest way here is just to wait, be patient. The oil refinery. This, oh no, I never used to be a problem this, but now since Jeff's mentioned that he couldn't do it very easy, he was worried. It created a problem for me. Oh no! I thought I lost a life then. Oh, dear me. Jeff, you've programmed me to be bad at this level. I can do this. But no, I'm not going to let this beat me. I'm losing all my lives on the easiest, well, on this level. 10 to 1 that I don't clear this one. I'll give you that. I'll give up. I'll give up. Before I embarrass myself, I'll give up. Let's have a look at the comments. It's no longer a masterclass in Manic Miner, is it? No, is it? Come on, let's be honest. Right then, let's have a couple more. Manic Miner then, definitely one of my iconic games, but the next game, well, this is a bit of a blast from the past. Oh, did you notice I've got the one life challenge there? I've saved the one life challenge. I need to do that. Right. I wouldn't be right if I didn't include this game in the iconic 20. What a absolutely fantastic. I've got a patch on it as well, the RX patch. Iconic 20, here we go. Jetpac, we're going to use Kempston, we're going to try and play this game, and we're going to go see how far we can get. Jetpac to me was a 16k game by Ultimate. Play the game. Everybody saw this. The loading screen was absolutely brilliant. It certainly blew you away. Made you feel like the Spectrum was better than anyone had anticipated. Playing this game is one that will never die. You've got it on phones now. On the app you can play it like Manic Miner. There's also on phones on an app where you can play this. It's on computer. It's probably been ported to nearly every computer that's ever done. You know, so it's available virtually on every system, along with Manic Miner, an iconic game of its time and of its era. It was indeed one to get, and certainly set the standard of what games could be for the Sinclair ZXspectrum. The game, of course, is simple. It's the closest thing to you get for an arcade game on a simple, humble computer. The thing that makes this game really hard is, well, you know, it's collect the fuel, build the ships up. You don't have to build the ships up every level, but also I think the bullets don't exactly kill the alien almost instantly. Do you know what I mean? So it feels like there's a collision control delay, which is probably a good thing to make this game a little bit harder. Ah, yeah, I flew higher than the bullets. I played this and Brett beat me score, even though I got further than he did. Unbelievable. Can't believe Brett beat my score. Still, getting off the first screen is not too difficult. There are some screens I find easier than others. Good thing is when you're in the ship you're okay, you can't die. We're going to have a look at an unusual game next, something a bit more niche, shall we say, but we'll play this till I get my proverbial bum handed to me. I don't like dropping the fuel at the top because it takes forever for it to land. And the longer you're on a screen, the more chance you've got of dying on that screen. Now the worst place you can have fuel drop is obviously at the end, to which I haven't yet had one drop at the end, which is rather surprising because it will happen, and it will probably happen on the screen where they home in on me. This is not a masterclass on how to play Jetpac, I can assure you. Believe me, I get very nervous at playing this game. I don't know why I get so nervous at playing this game. It's just a great game, but it gets you into it. You know, it gets you into it. It gets you wanting to do well, and yeah. I mean, look at that straight away. It's the way the balloons bounce back on you when you're trying to collect all these I like the way as well that the fuel actually stays where you left it last. My tip for playing this game is just take your time. Don't try and rush it like me. Will we get to the first ship? This was the problem I had with Brett, is I played it so quickly that I ended up just going through loads of screen instead of getting loads of score. And where the way he beat me was to... I like this screen actually. I like this screen because they're kamikaze, they do. They just die on you. I had to get the gem from there. Uh-oh. Look. Straight away I'm getting loads at the edge. They just crash into the floor on you. Unless you fly upwards. Why does he keep dropping the gem down there? Keeps putting the gem, the edge of the screen is the frightening place, isn't it? I mean, this is the screen. If you want to build up a high score, you can stay on, because it's. I think this screen's really easy. So yeah, this is what I should have done against Brett. Really, just build up a high score. It'll drop a gem now. I've gone. It'll drop a gem. Let's have a look at the comments. John. Anybody else? Okay, you were the last comment. Ah, not paying attention. We'll get this ship built. What are they? They look like flying saucers stroke custard pies. How is that not falling? I'm going to die on this screen. I've never died on this screen, have I? Yeah, I will. They sort of home in on you, these ones, don't they? I got caught out by the edge of the actual platform. I keep bashing into it, and it gets you stuck. You need to fly above it and over it. But yeah, there you go. Jetpac, definitely one of the most iconic games of all time, in my opinion. Next one's going to be a bit of a slow play, so I don't want to go to that one. But what we will do, and we've played Sacred Armor of Antirad. Yeah, this one, many different types of versions of it. But let's see if I can find it. I'm going to make this the last game for today. That will end part 1. Oh, I've gone to the wrong section. Need to find it. Oh. Where are we looking? Where are we looking? Look at everything I've done. I've sort of gotten away with here. Yes, it was a 2-player game, but we're only going to play 1 player. It is a simulation game, and it is a great game that could be updated, if you know what I mean, for modern audiences. Now, ATV Simulator. Loading screen, if I remember rightly. We'll check it out. Wasn't much to look at. Difficult. Actually, it wasn't too bad, was it, that loading screen? Listen to the tune on this. Let's have a look at the comments while we listen to this. We'll have an update with the Kickstarter in a moment. Just after I play this, we'll have a look. We'll check in with the Kickstarter to see how we're getting on. 1 player, choose controls. Now if you got 2 players, you get a dual screen. 2 players, it slows down just a tad, but it's still fairly playable. All you've got to do is you've got to get to your bike. Oh, I can't believe it. Jump on it as quick as you can. Should be able to get past the first screen. Oh. What I don't like about this game, I've got 60 seconds to get to the end. Is the animation on the back wheel is fine, but if you look at the front wheel, there's actually no animation on it, is there? And I'm literally falling on every obstacle, so I don't think I'm going to get past the first level. I think we're nearly there, actually. Wheelie! I forgot how to jump. Well, that's not exactly brilliant, is it? 43 seconds it took me, and I had 60 seconds to go. Playability. This is great, but there are certain points in this game that become ridiculously hard, where you get stuck for absolutely no reason. You can actually lose your... I mean, why did I come off there? I'm jumping off. Right, we've got to do better than this, surely. Wow, that's a throw and a half. I was gonna go sky high on that one. Come on, get up there. Oh, I've actually made it over an obstacle. I was never in doubt, was it? 60 seconds, and I made it exactly 60 seconds. Really? Trial number 3. This is the one where you've got to be really careful because you can get stuck. Okay. Oh wow! I made it over the hard bit and then got killed by the easier bit of the two. So yeah. And I've made it over the hard bit and got caught by the easy bit of the two again. That ball is ridiculous. I jumped off at the end. Icebergs! That was a tricky section. I made it look fairly hard. That's better. 41 seconds there is not a bad time. Pyramids. I don't remember this one being that hard, but that could be famous last words. But you've only got 40 seconds now as opposed to 60. Oh, it's never going to make it over him. You need real speed and to get the jump spot on there. You can't get on the van. So the best thing you can do is turn around. No! Out of time. Well, that was always going to happen, wasn't it? Score! Oh, where did I go? Where did I get on the score sheet? Great game. Okay, as we're coming towards the end of today's broadcast, and I'm glad that all those people who joined me, stop interrupting me, thanks for watching, but we will check in with the Kickstarter, see how we're getting on and how we are doing with that Kickstarter. So just loading up the screen now. Okay, we're ready to rock and roll. So let's reset the computer there and put on my video capture card. Oh, display capture. There we go. KS2. We're up to 1,576,547. That's 4,570 backers with only 21 days to go. Shall we indeed have a look at the video?
The 80s, arcades, Dungeons and Dragons, awesome music, cool friends, and great home computers playing some of the best games ever made. What would we do to live some of those moments again? Or even better, what if we could relive those times with better graphics and sound? I still remember the noise of that first loading screen. This is the original ZXspectrum computer, one of the coolest machines ever created. Its incredible popularity in the 80s meant that more than 15,000 games were made for it. Some of them seminal titles that shaped the games industry as we know it today. It's a beautiful machine that punched way above its weight, especially considering it was one of the cheapest computers ever made. And this is the Sinclair ZXspectrum Next, its official successor. This is a computer made by the Speccy community for the community. It's fully compatible with the original ZXspectrum. You can even load games from cassette tape if you want, but it boasts a ton of enhancements to make life easier and far more powerful, like SD card, storage, better graphics, 9 sound channels, accelerated processor, Wi-Fi, the list goes on and on. With the ZXspectrum Next, you can run any of the 15,000 games that the Speccy has, and also play more than 200 new games and applications that were made just for it. Games like the new Head Over Heels Deluxe, the best version there is out there, or say, Saboteur with improved graphics. You can also play completely original titles, such as Delta Shadow and Shower Adventure. And if you feel like composing music, next door. You can also compile your own C code natively with a ZNC compiler. You can compile in BASIC. The list goes on and on. And if you heard about the ZXspectrum Next before, it's because this is our 3rd Kickstarter campaign for this lovely machine, following 2 very successful crowdfunding campaigns that shipped more than 10,000 Next around every corner of the world so far. And we are not done yet. This time, with the ZXspectrum Next Issue 3, we are creating an even better computer with several times the capacity of the original, enabling you to work not only with all the Spectrums out there, from the humble 60K to the Plus 3 and Pentagons, but also other powerful machines like the Sinclair QL and even the Commodore 64. Oh yeah, you heard that right. The Spectrum Next can now also work as a Commodore 64 with officially licensed ROMs included in the box. All in hardware, no emulation inside. It's like having a C64 inside your Spectrum Next, which sounds super weird, but it's cool as hell. Check out the page below for all the new features of the Next Issue 3. Games, ideas, the community, the people behind the project, tons of questions and answers. This should be the best of all Spectrum Next Kickstarters, now that our beloved computer has tons of new games and apps for you to try, and is super mature with tools from you to build your own stuff. From solo hobbyists to enthusiast developers, the community is now developing everything from action-packed shooters to RPGs. I hope you join the coolest retro computing community on the planet, and thank you very, very much for supporting the ZXspectrum Next. Without you, this incredible computer just wouldn't exist. Back the ZXspectrum Next Issue 3 today and be part of this incredible legacy that is the ZXspectrum. Thank you.
The Spectrum Next. Well,
Hello,
I
Matt.
took it out of this beautiful box when I first had it as a KS1. And I'd already had the dev board as well and played with it for ages, which was a uniquely brilliant experience. I felt exactly like I did when I took my Spectrum out of its box all those years ago.
I'm doing some programming in BASIC and some toying around. And I just like the great system. Keep up the good work, guys.
This time we brought you upgrades for KS1 and KS2. We also brought the port-only option, backed by popular demand. And not only that, as an extra bonus, we have the option of a translucent purple case. It looks kind of like this, but better.
This is my Spectrum Next. We all have a nostalgia for the machine that introduced us to a whole new world and kick-started the careers of a generation.
It's good fun. As simple as that. Simply put, case free Kickstarter. I'm in, and hopefully see you there.
Brilliant. And there you go, we're up to scratch. So with that said, it's time to end today's show. Just like to thank you for watching. Glad you enjoyed the ride. That was part 1 of what could be, shall we say, many parts. Usual Retro Robin show will return next week with the Up to Crash number 36. So we'll be reviewing the Crash Smashes out of that particular magazine, where we will re-review some of the Crash Smashes to see if they stood the test of time. Do we still consider those games that were in that particular magazine that were given the glorious badge of honour of 90% or more in their ratings? Well, that remains to be seen. We'll also be going through some of the newer homebrew games and some of the latest games that have come out, well, hopefully from Midnight Brew. So Alan has been working on things. May get some sneak previews if I can just twist his arm into letting one or two go for me. And we'll have a look at some next games, as well as have a butchers at other systems. In the meantime, I hope you've enjoyed today's live stream. Thank you all for joining me. I've got some Tatooine signs to recap now, so as I can get them finished and get them back, so as they can be, yeah, I've got a bit of work to go on in the background. But yeah, as always people, it's been a pleasure. I hope you enjoyed today's show, and I will catch you again on the flip side. So, from me, and you haven't seen him much today, Emo's in the background there, my AI robot, who's a little bit faulty by the way. It's goodbye, God bless, and see you again soon. Hopefully I'll get to see you at Crash Live. There will be competitions being run on this channel more often on the live stream. However, I'm a little bit waiting for stock to arrive, so I can't really give anything away. I'm waiting for more Retro Robins games. There's a chance that you can win some of those. A goodie box pack full of retro goodness with symbolism inside. So usually it involves one or two books that are given to me to give out as prizes by Fusion Retro Books. Today's show is truly sponsored by Fusion Retro Books, as I am part of the team. So thank you to Chris Wilkins for helping sponsor this channel, and I'm highly grateful for that. Okay, time to end of the show then, isn't it? So here we go. Bye 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 bye. You all take care.
In our hearts, from Sinclair to Commodore, where do we start? 8-bit computing in the modern age, where vintage computers take center stage. It's the Retro Robin Show, Retro Robin Show. Plug in a joystick and let the good vibes grow. The Retro Robin Show, go live, subscribe, stay in the know. We've got reviews and gaming vibes. We do upgrades and repairs, all of it live. So come to the channel and just drop in. Take off your hat, let the show begin. Let's go, let's go. Let's go, let's go. It's the Retro Robin Show. Retro Robin Show. Plug in your computer, let the good vibes grow. The Retro Robin Show. Go live, subscribe, stay in the know. Oh yeah, take it away. Oh yeah, take it away.